there was a little girl who lived in a village near the forest. Whenever she went out, the little girl wore a red riding cloak, so everyone in the village called her the Little Red Riding Wench. On one idle Tuesday, Little Red Riding Wench decided she would visit her grandmother to deliver her a basket of freshly baked muffins. She lived just over on the other side of the forest, and the little girl knew the path very well. A few minutes after setting off into the forest, Little Red Riding Wench is approached by a suspicious-looking wolf.
Why, hello there,
said the wolf.
Oh, you alright?
Why, yes. What are you doing in these parts, young wench?
Who's the name, but muffins the game, making time to deliver almost every day, and this delivery is complimentary. My nan called up and she sent for me. She said, Hood. I said, that's my name. She said, Hood, give me some muffins today. Yeah.
What?
Well, on Wednesday it was vanilla. On Friday there was a blueberry glaze, and my nan isn't getting no dinner, cause it's muffins for days, muffins for days. Why are you asking anyway?
No reason. Nothing suspicious. Nothing suspicious at all.
Oh, I reckon that wolf was a bit suspicious. Oh well.
As the Little Red Riding Wench trundled along the familiar path to her grandmother's cottage, the big hungry wolf took a little known shortcut and scurried towards the house as fast as he could. Don't ask me how the wolf knew where she lived. He's a talking wolf. The wolf, a little out of breath from running, arrived at Grandma's and knocked lightly at the door. She answered.
Huh? You're not all red. What's your business here?
Said Grandma, who expected to see her riding wench at the door. The wolf tried to let himself in, but before he could get inside, Grandma kneed him directly in the testicles. The shocking impact sent the creature flying backwards, and he cried out in pain. However, as he regained his breath and his strength, he became filled with nothing but a throbbing rage. Poor old Granny didn't have time to say another word before the wolf gobbled her up. The wolf let out a satisfied burp, let himself in, and then poked through Granny's wardrobe to find a nightgown that he liked. He added a frilly sleeping cap, and for good measure, dabbed some of Granny's perfume behind his pointy ears. A few minutes later, Red Riding Wench knocked at the door. The wolf jumped into bed and pulled the covers over his nose.
Who is it?
He called out.
It's me, the R to the E to the D. How you doing, Big G?
Oh, how lovely. Do come in, my dear.
Croaked the wolf. When Little Red Riding Wench entered the little cottage, she could scarcely recognise her grandmother.
Grandmother, what happened to your voice? It used to be smooth like butter.
Oh, I just have a touch of a cold.
Squeaked the wolf, adding a cough at the end to prove his point.
Damn, Nan, what happened to your lug holes? You got lobes the size of globes.
Said Little Red Riding Wench as she edged closer and closer to the bed.
The better to hear you with, my dear.
Replied the wolf.
But Grandma, look at those peepers, jeepers, creepers, you got some funny features.
Said the Little Red Riding Wench.
The better to see you with, my dear.
Replied the wolf.
But Grandma, look at those molars. Oh my god, you got teeth like a boulders.
Said the Little Red Riding Wench, her voice quivering slightly.
The better to eat you with, my dear.
Roared the wolf, and he leapt out of the bed and began to chase the little girl. Almost too late, Little Red Riding Wench realised that the person in the bed was not her grandmother, but a hungry wolf.
You're not my grandma.
The wolf, hungry for his next meal, chased Little Red Riding Wench around her grandmother's home with his teeth bared. Suddenly, he felt an odd rumbling in his stomach, and he stopped chasing the little girl. As he listened, the grumble turned into a familiar hum and grew ever louder.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's my favourite song. My grandmama sings it to me all night long. It's coming from your belly. Did you eat her wolf so smelly?
As the wolf continued to listen to the melodic grumbling of his gut, something dawned on him. He knew this song. In fact, it was his favourite song too.
No way. That is my favourite song too. Nobody knows a sticky and blind Geoffrey McFinkelstein. He truly is a hidden treasure.
Yo, not only do we know that song, Geoffrey and my gran go back a long time. Wasn't really sure how to make that rhyme.
I say, bleh. A friend of Geoffrey McFinkelstein is a friend of mine. That man's got me through some tough times. Speaking of tough, you went down like a pair of old boots, Grandma. Sorry for the mix-up. That's no bother.
Looking around, the wolf catches a glimpse of a familiar object. But no, it can't be.
No. Hey, is that McFinkelstein's Epiphone Casino? The very same guitar he used to... The very same. Do you play? Well, I dabble. McFinkelstein, with a love not walk on a man. Let's say we bury the hatchet with one of his tunes. Do you know Mahogany Springs in the summertime when it was a single? Do I? Mahogany Springs in the summertime when it's an absolute masterpiece.
As she watched the scene unfold, the Little Red Riding Wench took heed of an opportunity. The opportunity to, in the name of McFinkelstein, bring peace through song and save her grandmother. At this moment, she thanked her lucky stars that she had brought her trusty horn.
And a 1, 2, you know what to do.
And just like that, the power of a simple melody prevailed once again. The marriage of harmony and rhythm, as witnessed by one of music's finest craftsmen, Sticky and Blind Geoffrey McFinkelstein, spared the breath of his dearest friend, brought order to chaos, and peace to conflict.